Hi, my name is Andy Siegel. I'm the senior trial lawyer at Siegel Coonerty. Today's video clip is to discuss soft tissue injuries to the central and peripheral nervous system. It sounds very sophisticated, but it's really not. And most of you maybe have heard the term herniated disc. That's basically what we're talking about. But that's a very generic term to discuss a very serious injury. You can see I have a model here of the human spine, and there's bony anatomy, and in between the bony anatomy are soft tissue structures known as intervertebral discs. And this is more or less what we're going to focus on here today. Just so you get a brief understanding of what the function is of the central and peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is the brain and the spinal cord that runs through a series of holes known as the spinal canal down the back. The peripheral nervous system are those nerves that exit the spinal cord through different openings known as foraminal spaces, and then they branch out to different aspects in your body. Again, today we're going to talk about injuries to the structures that affect the central and peripheral nervous system. Function. I'm outside playing frisbee with my dog. I want to throw the frisbee for my dog. I throw the frisbee. That's my brain giving a message to the muscles in my arm, motor coordination, to throw the frisbee. The origination of the message begins in the skull or the brain, and it's transmitted to the hand, and I let go of the frisbee. The dog hopefully catches the frisbee. He brings it back. I go to take the frisbee out of the dog's mouth, and as I'm pulling it out, I feel a little bite on my finger. It doesn't always happen, but then there's a transmission of a sensory perception. The stimulus being the dog bite. It goes up my arm, into the spinal canal, up to my brain, and I sense pain. And this is basically what we have when someone has an injury to the structures that affect the peripheral nervous system. Most people complain, I have pain. Well, let's talk about what the source of the pain is. If there's trauma to the back, either the neck, the mid-back, or the low back, which is the most common type of injury, that can affect the soft tissue that's in between these bony vertebrae. That's known as an intervertebral disc. That disc is made up of two general substances, an annulus fibrosus, which is the outer substance, and then inside is something known as the nucleus pulposus. It's like crab meat or jelly in a jelly donut. It's a soft structure because its function is that of a shock absorber. But if there's trauma on the spine, what can happen is the disc can be knocked out of place, or the jelly within inside the disc can extrude, it can come out, and it can cause compression on the nerve, on the central nerve itself, the spinal cord, or the peripheral nerve. And that's basically what we see most of the times in people who come in complaining of soft tissue injuries or back pain. There's an actual compression of the peripheral nerve where it's exiting the spinal cord, and it's sending the continual message to the brain of pain, pain, pain. If you or someone you know has sustained an injury to the lower back and are in pain, call 212-532-0532 to discuss your case.